What's going on, guys? We are back with another video coming on the channel. Today we are going to be working on a 5th gen, not the 4th gen Cummins that you see sitting over here. We're going to be working on a 5th gen Cummins, and it did not take long. So this truck right here, 5th gen Cummins, this is my dad's truck. Did not take him long to get a remote starter after I got mine, and I think he even ordered it the same day. So that's pretty awesome. We're gonna have 2 trucks here with remote start, and this one is gonna be pretty similar, but it has push to start. So it's gonna be a little bit different on the sequence. You have to do everything. You're still downloading, I believe, the same software, but everything's a little bit different just because it has push to start. And also, this kit comes with a, I believe, a hood pin, but we're not gonna be using that. It is optional, and I think if you open the hood, it shuts it down, just shuts the truck down so you don't get your hand cut off in the fan blade. I don't know. If you're stupid enough to stick your hand in the fan blade, I guess that's your own fault. But we're gonna jump right into it here, and I'm not even gonna bore you with the popping the panel, anything off like that. If you wanna see a more detailed video, I'll put the link in the description of when I did my truck. Basically, the install is going to be pretty much the same, however, a little bit of difference. I think we have to pop off something with the headlights and everything right here with the headlight trim, but otherwise, it's going to be pretty similar. So we're going to get the tow mirrors up here for the haters, and let's go. So just like my 4th gen, which is key tip start, and if you don't know what tip start is, it is basically you can turn the key, let it go, and it'll start by itself. You don't have to hold the key like the older vehicles to start it. So it's the same way. Pop this panel out, and if you need to know the size so you don't have to run around for wrenches all the time, it is a 7mm to pop out these 2 screws. You're gonna pop those out. This whole panel drop down, use your panel popper. You're gonna unplug, same as before, unplug the ignition switch plug, which is gonna be way up top. So we'll unplug that, and literally it's pretty much identical. Now here is where it's gonna be a little bit different to get to your CAN junction. That is behind the headlight switches here. Mine was actually tucked just up in behind here. So that's the only difference really so far. And obviously the controller and everything, which I didn't take the plastic off, everything has its own plug. So there is literally no hard wiring or splicing that you have to do with this at all whatsoever. This is why this kit is so nice. So this will be the 2nd StartX kit that I have installed. So 3rd total remote start. The other one was a little bit different, still used iData Link and all that. But this is so simple, guys. If you're looking for a remote start and you can get it by StartX or something that is just plug and play, do it. It's so easy. Watch how simple this is. Just look. This is the ignition plug from the ignition switch, which would be from your push to start switch. Literally all you do, and I should have had this open before starting this, but literally all you do is you pull out this handy dandy T-harness here. You find the plug that matches this. So this is a male connector right here. You're gonna need to find a female end, which is most likely gonna be this one right here. And they show you that right here in the picture, so you don't have to do anything stupid. And then this side will literally plug right into your ignition switch. It's so simple. So you're plugging this into your old plug, then plugging this back onto the other side of the switch. Now, if you guys want to save a lot of time and effort, and again, it may not be very hard to remove it, but this whole switch cover right here, or this panel, they want you to remove to gain access to the CAN junction, which is that little board looking where all your wires go in. You want to save yourself some time, pull off this panel, which is actually below the switch, and you can gain access a lot simpler. Run your wires around, simply plug it in. You can plug it into any open slot. it's not hard to do at all. So that's a lot easier, I think, than having to, because you probably have to pull the switches out from the headlight and then unplug them and go through all that. It's so much simpler to just access that panel, and that's honestly probably why that panel's there. So we'll get the rest of this stuff plugged in, follow the steps, and download everything. And it's super simple. So if you hear the dinging now, that happened after I plugged in the black connector on this side. These are all color coded and they only fit into one slot. So at this point, we can begin our Kalon procedure, I believe is what they call it. So now we're going to shut the door, open the door, hit the unlock. There's the green light flash. And then we are going to turn ignition to on by pushing the push to start twice. Take note of the color of the LED. If it flashes green rapidly, proceed to step 5. Otherwise, repeat step 4. So we're gonna press this twice till it runs to on and make sure it flashes green rapidly. 1, 2, so it's red. So we need to go back to 4. Now there it's flashing green. So we're gonna just push it to run again, and now it is green. So we're gonna go back to off, and then disconnect the module from the vehicle. Make sure to disconnect the black connector last. This is identical to what we did on the 4th gen. And then we're gonna go to the Kalon process, which is where you download the software from the computer, upload it into here, which you're basically making a copy of your key or your push to start button into that way when you hit your lock button to remote start it, the truck thinks you're sitting in it and you have the key or you pushed it, whatever. So that's it. We're gonna disconnect, we're gonna get the software put in, make sure it works. Helpful tip I wanna make sure that you guys understand and know is when you go to plug it into your CAN junction and you go through the Kalon process, and then you're hitting the unlock button and you're waiting for that flash of the green light and it doesn't do anything, your number one issue is going to be that, and it says it right here in fine print, the green CAN junction should have 2 columns as opposed to 1. So when you're looking back in here, I don't know how well you guys will be able to see it, but you can kind of see the plugs back there. There's 2 columns. So you see the 1 column has only 1 row and the other one has 2. You want to plug it in to the one that has 2 rows of plugs, not 1. If you plug it into the row that has 1, it will not work. So just make sure that you plug it into the row with 2. We got this module here flashed and we have to plug it back in. We want to plug in the black connector first. So kind of reverse order how you took it back. Doesn't matter on the other connectors, just black connector first. So we'll plug the black connector first. And then you want to set the ignition to the on position. The LED should turn solid green for 2 seconds. If it does not, then you gotta do it once more, and then set the ignition to the off position, and then it's successfully programmed. So we're gonna get it plugged in. We're gonna go through those steps and we'll see if it works. Set the ignition to the on position. Which I don't know if that would be, it's not run, that would be accessory. So I didn't see anything. Oh, I guess it is run. So solid green, then it went out, boom, we're done. Set the ignition to off, we are done. So at this point, we're not installing the door or the hood switch, as I said earlier, so we don't need to worry about that. At this point, everything should be hooked up, and I'm just gonna let this hang right here for now. And this is a good tip that I like to do, is you have enough wire, or I did, to actually put it up over your little turn signal knob here, and then you can let it hang there and you can see exactly what that's blinking at you as you do the system. So at this point, we're gonna shut the door and we're gonna see if this works. Sounds like it works to me. Now, a lot of you may be wondering what you have to do with the diesels as far as the grid heater. And I don't know if I explained this in the last video or not, but you don't have to set anything up. The computer will override and know that it has to heat the grid heater, and it will only allow it to run after the grid heater has done its thing. So I remote started mine this morning, and it was cold out, it was about 20 degrees, and it didn't start for probably 15-20 seconds. So it was doing the grid heater's thing. As soon as it was done with that, it started. So now the one thing we want to test is we want to unlock the door, make sure it doesn't turn off. We want to get in the truck, and now that we have this key in here, now it's set to run. So this is a 3x lock. Now that we have the keys with us, technically we should be able to push the brake and it should stay running. And now if we try to shift it in gear, vehicle not in park, obviously the door's open, but everything seems to be working properly. Okay, there you have it. All right guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. We got the remote start installed in this 5th gen, beautiful Cummins here. And I must say, remote start is so nice. So we got it running right now and everything is good to go. We just gotta patch up our wiring, get everything zip tied, cleaned up, get the covers and the panels back on, and then we're done. So this job literally would take probably 15 to 20 minutes tops. If you're new to it and you don't have an iDataLink account, any of that stuff, obviously it would take you longer. You got to set all that up. But I already have all that. So this is my 3rd install, and it's real simple to flash everything, real simple to hook everything up. So that's going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will put a link for I'll put a link in the description for this particular remote start. And this is for push to start, as my 4th gen over there was for key start, tip start. So I'll put a link for that in the description below. Any comments, suggestions, anything on this video or future videos that you want to see, be sure to let in the comments section below. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Hopefully it helped you out. And be sure to subscribe, share the videos, give them a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed. Take care, guys. I'll see you on the next video.